President William Samoei Ruto is allegedly trying to turn Kenya into a crime scene, at least according to some very reliable reports. Why? Remember when Ruto went to China with an expectation of getting 30 billion. Now, there is a division that is coming in between William Samoei Ruto and the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And now they are trying to divide the mountain. Why? Ruto has already realized that he's no longer a darling of the people, because what brought him into power was trying to resonate with the issues that affect the common mwananchi. Nevertheless, when he clinched the seat of the presidency 2 years down the line, nobody is seeing Ruto to be doing anything in the interest of a common mwananchi. Now, the best he can do, since he's losing the mountain, now with 48 leaders from Mount Kenya, which now is commonly known as the Murima, they are now forging ahead and bringing forth Kithure Kindiki. So it is alleged that Ruto actually held a meeting with these 48 said leaders and asked them, now, what should I do so that I could be re-elected come the year 2027? And they sat down and drew a plan and vehemently told him in one voice, now, what you need to do for you to gain back the trust of the people from Mount Kenya is by completing the projects that were commissioned by the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Hello guys, my name is Ahmed Hali for the Unscripted Talks. If you love content of this nature, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you press the notification button. And if you are watching from Facebook, kindly follow us. Now, let us go on to the gist of the matter. After these leaders came and told Ruto, you have to complete the projects of the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he asked them, fine, what is the budget? They went in their cocoon, drew a budget, and it was coming up to an average of 23 billion Kenyan shillings. 23 billion Kenyan shillings. Now, the president Ruto told them, you see, according to what I'm being given, which is 30 billion from China, I may not be able to fund the 23 billion. But if I can convince them to adjust the loan to 40 billion, then I will be able to fund those projects of the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The projects that were supposed to be done in Mount Kenya, not just anywhere in the country, but in Mount Kenya. Now, the gist is this. Through whatever means, he was able to convince, and the 40 billion was there. Now, he said, I'm now giving you the 23 billion Kenyan shillings that are meant to complete the projects that were meant for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Now, you are yet to see Kithure Kindiki, who will be rebranded as the leader of the mountain. Do you know why? Because we have two partners in crime. The truthful man, the deputy president of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, and also Ruto, partners in crime. And one wants to have the lion's share, and the other one wants a fair split of half, 50%, 50%. You understand? So, in whatever dealings the government is dealing with, if so, Ruto wants to have the lion's share, but Rigathi Gachagua says no, we have to go 50-50. And actually, that is the reason as to why these two are having the conflict. Now, in Kenya, what we always do, people don't elect good leaders who are going to help them, because they will say it's a matter of electing the hyena. The only issue here is you try to find the hyena whose mouth is too small, since that hyena will have some small bite. Most of the leaders are significantly or symbolically seen as hyenas. So you only try and elect the one that will bite you a little bit, not the one that will chunk a whole arm out. Now, after this agreement and 23 billion is allocated, we are left with the 17 billion. This, out of this 17 billion, the 48 leaders are supposed to also get their share from these 17 billion for the purposes of: one, campaigning; two, going around and saying it is Kithure Kindiki who has been pushing for the projects to be completed. So he will be seen as the savior of the mountain, and it will be seen as if now Ruto has worked in favor of the mountain, and through that people will be blindfolded to believe that he's been working for them. So guys, you see all these loans being taken for various projects, and these projects become ghost projects. Oh my, there is more than meets the eye. Should Kenyans do another big mistake of electing William Samoei Ruto back in power, then you'll have nowhere to cry to. What we call in Swahili, mtakiona cha mtema kuni, mtalilia chooni. Nobody will listen to you. After all, it will be his second term. What will you tell him? If you can't tell him anything in his first term, then what are you going to tell him in his second term? Remember, just the other day, he said that he signed an agreement with Germany, and over 250,000 youths are going to get jobs overseas, meaning Germany. It didn't take long, just the fall, and he was actually saying and confirming these on international media. It never took long before the foreign minister for Germany came out clearly and demystified all the sentiments that President was saying that they had an agreement with. So he is even taking his lies international. What image is President Ruto trying to give about Kenya outside there? He should be the #1 ambassador to portray Kenya in the good light. Unfortunately, that is what Kenyans have as a president. What do you think? Do you still trust William Samoei Ruto as that one president who was actually pushing for bottom-up economic model, which, if truly and honestly speaking, if it would have been implemented as they were saying it during the campaigns back in 2021 backwards, because we always know in Kenya, immediately after elections, people embark in the campaign mode, on the campaign spray. Should they have implemented whatever were in their manifestos, whatever they were promising the mwananchi? Trust me, then Kenya would have been the Europe of Africa. Nevertheless, we've always known that if someone isn't flying, he's lying. And nowadays, he's flying and lying. I even just saw some CAF press statement, press address from the CAF president, when the president of CAF was saying that he trusts Ruto, he trusts President Ruto, and the journalists just busted into a laughter. Why? They had to laugh because, oh man, how will you put trust and President Ruto in one sentiment? How? How? Is that trying to play with our integrity? Ahmed Halif for the unscripted talks here in Dub Radio. If you also love content of this nature, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we post content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. If you're watching from Facebook, kindly follow us. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Peace out.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.